Wow. Then we can hear some creaking. I don't know if it was on purpose, but it sounded cool as fuck. Alright, this super edge face. Hey! Heard the guy in the back. Hey everyone, 大家好，我叫 Second 你们的 CVT 声乐老师。So today we're gonna have another reaction video for you where I'm going to analyze singers that you love to listen to using CVT terms. First of all, I want to thank you a lot for your reaction to my newest cover of Sunan. I really worked hard on this one with my teacher. I was really happy to see so many nice comments that you liked the singing and the version. Also really supported me on that journey of learning Chinese. I think a big part why I'm so committed to it is getting the support from you guys every time I put out a new song or a new Chinese video, and then, you know, getting so much love and support, you want to do it more, right? You want to get better at it. I want to feel my part, you know? It's like you give me so much love for it and so much support. I want to get better at it for you guys. So thank you so much. Another exciting thing, we are currently working on the second trip to China, and we're starting figuring out how to do a little acoustic concert. So I really want that to happen. As soon as I have some details, of course I will let you know, and I will be the happiest person on earth to see you there from the stage. So later on we'll get to that. Now, I'm gonna watch Joshin's performance from the Bilibili Gala event. He did 2 songs, we're gonna react to both of them. It's more of the princess part, but of course very bright, very light, neutral, of course, not a lot of volume, relaxed. A bit kind of a theater musical kind of singing.
Can you hear it echoing?
Also with this bit of vibrato, echoing. Very musical, sweet kind of sound. It was super smooth. I have to say, it's really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful.
The night sky will never be
I'll never, right? It's more falsetto, but it's really hard to tell when he's going back from falsetto to neutral because he's controlling that amazingly good. And it also keeps it super light, the sound color, and the neutral that he goes back to, it's also very light and very soft. So it sounds quite similar to the falsetto, if it makes sense.
never be enough.
Now we can hear a little break, right? When he goes a bit louder on the sound that is not falsetto, then you can hear what's falsetto and what's the other sound. When there's more of a difference, then we can have a little vocal break.
Never be enough.
So on this one, there's more of a break. Enough!
Enough.
Small break.
Enough.
Enough! And when the other sound is louder, we can hear. But look how relaxed he is, even if it goes way higher in pitch and twisting the melody a bit. I would say a lot of it because it's still neutral, so it doesn't need a lot more support, even when it goes higher in pitch, but also because he controls it so well. Right? He has just really good control over that sound. It's most of what it does. Most of the sound it is in is this sound. This mode, whatever you want to call it. I think a lot of singers also, the more they sing, the more they have experience, they kind of lock themselves into one sound. Not in a bad way, but, you know, to make it a bit easier and to make it more stable throughout the concert. If you don't change too much, then it's easier. If you change a lot between the modes, between the sounds, sound colors, all that, then of course it's way more demanding. You have to change your setting every second. I think a really good example of it is Miles Kennedy. If you heard about him, it's the guy that's singing right now with Slash from Guns N' Roses, or from Alter Bridge, or, you know, he does a lot of things. Anyways, when you listen to him like 20 years ago, when you listen to his stuff from 20 years ago or something, then he used to do a lot of stuff. He used to also sing with some effects. Used to go a bit more overdrivey, some edge, some neutral. Now it's almost all the time neutral. Like all the time the same. Also really similar to that vibe. Very high, very tight, very sharp. So I think that's also why it looks so comfortable on him, because in the end it doesn't need to change a lot and it still sounds changed to maybe a bit of falsetto and then go back to neutral when the pitch goes a bit down. On the highest note, a bit more falsetto, and then when lowering down the pitch a bit, I would say closer to neutral. It's most of the time kind of on the border. Also, when I'm doing it, I'm like, am I there or there? It's very, very similar. But you could hear a little change in quality, in sound quality. Wow. I don't know if it was on purpose, but it sounded cool as fuck. You could see him kind of maybe on the edge of his support, really on the end of it. He's taking his whole body down. And then when he starts to go up while being on the same breath, right? Then we can hear some cricket join in. But I think it sounds sick. He sounds a bit fuller here. I think he is fuller here. He also is a bit darker than usual, I would say. But also there's quite a lot of, I don't know if it's backing vocals or just some layers in the back. Or just a lot of delay on his voice maybe. But it makes it sound fuller, of course. Could hear it kind of in the back. I think it's so easy for him to stay in this sound. It's really amazing. His movements are very soft, and you know, it doesn't need to work too hard for it. I think also it makes sense when you want to stay in this kind of high neutral for a long song. I wouldn't give too much resistance in the support, too much power, because then maybe you would lock a bit. Maybe you would lock the support a bit and run out of control. So I think actually it makes sense to be a bit more flowing in your movement when singing like that. So basically, just to make myself clear, when you sing different stuff, of course, your support is changing a bit. Let's say if I would sing, kind of breathy sound, right? Then my support would be maybe a bit of a lighter movement, not a lot of resistance, not a lot of power, just a light movement going in. But if I go for this kind of sound, I won't have this light, soft movement anymore, right? It will be more resistance, more power, maybe slower movement. Right? This super edge face. So you see, right? He's showing all of his teeth, raising this part even a bit, right? Like having a bit of this raised face, if you want to call it. A very big smile, very open bite, like biting an apple. So like a perfect example of this edge face. Like we have this curving face, right? A bit this. Some sounds go with clear his voice more clear. There's a lot of backing vocals. It seems to be pre-recorded backing vocals. Because it really sounds like him also. And I don't feel like it adds much. I think it gives less of a live performance vibe, if it makes sense. And I mean, the guy has a beautiful voice. He has an amazing control. I think to hear his voice very clear with a live band, just as simple as it is, I would have loved him more. But needless to say, it's amazing. Also, a really nice song. A bit more jumpy, kind of fun vibe. But I think the other performance, you could hear his voice more, also like a quieter sound and all that. But like quite of a lower larynx, more open sound. And then gradually going back to his twang position. So you can hear how he's starting in like a bit of a darker sound, let's say. And then then back to very twanged light sound, gradually going there. This guy it's really a treat for vocal coaches, I feel like. Also to react to him, it's always very fun because there's a lot of stuff going on. Even when he's in one main sound, there's always like small things that are happening in his voice that are really, really inspiring, but also very interesting, I think. Alright. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Shaked, your CVT vocal coach. If you have ideas for more concerts, performances you want me to react to realize what the hell the singers that you like are doing, or if you like the covers and you want to hear more, and you have an idea for a song that you would like to hear, let me know. Thank you so much. Love you all. Cheers.